I think I'm about ready to go ahead and try to fit this piece of top metal. The process that I just did, I have not been recording most of them, but that was probably 40 times, give or take, that I have put that on there and then took off the part that was stained by smoke. So I've done that about 40 times now, and now I'm ready to go ahead and lay this in, try to get an initial cut into here. This has got to go down and forward. This surface has got to be back here about a quarter inch further back. The good thing is I have this pattern to go by, but this thing needs to drop in and go down far enough to where the top of this plate is actually below this level of the shoulder, which is about right there. And back here at the back, the top of this plate is even with this little recessed area I've been making here. So this recesses down below this surface, oh, nearly a 1/16 of an inch, right at a 1/16. I'm going to start with almost that, and I can always deepen it. And this little notch in between the metal goes in between this, lines up with the notch in this, in the wood there. So that lines up, which basically it means it's in the center. The next thing is I've got to cut out this crescent shape for the back of this metal to insert that way. And the back of this square edge is right where the wood touches the metal on this one. So I got some ways of aligning it. The difference between where the back of this wood is now and where it's going to have to, once this sets in, is about from there to there. It's about 3/16, give or take. According to that ruler, it's a heavy 3/16, very, very slightly heavy. So that's how much this has got to cut out to let that thing go forward. That means I need to be 3/16 further this way than what the front of this metal is now. So I'm going to go ahead and do some inletting. First I'm going to check and see if this metal is parallel. Some of these things are tapered. They're skinnier at the front than at the back. That is 0.481. And that's 0.488. So it's a teeny, it's 7/1000ths thinner here than here. So when you make it, if you get it about right there, when you shove it forward, it really tucks it in there. So this is 0.4. I can write out here, this is going to be gone. 0.488. And this is 0.481. I can see that from my mill because this side will be pointing towards me. 0.14, and this is 0.175, so it's 35 thousandths difference. This is thicker than that. Main thing is the top of this metal comes to the top of this wood right here. That's where it goes down to. I can actually measure that with it sitting on top of there, because it's got to go down this far. 286 down. The difference in thickness from the front of this thing to the back of it is what I'm trying to set up in this mill. See, in the back is 0.174, and in front is 0.14, so it's it's 34 thousandths thinner here than here, so I need a 34 thousandths difference from the back of this to the front of this in my travel, and I'm trying to figure out if I touch this, I've got the bit touching the wood. It just barely scuffed it right there. So if I move this over here and I can create a 34 thousandths gap, I think. And I don't have a 34 thousandths gap. I got almost no gap. So I gotta drop this thing. I'm on my mark here. I'm gonna raise that a teeny bit. About that much. A lot of this stuff is swag. You just take a good guess at it. Like that's touching. That looks like more than 34 thousandths to me. Well, that's real close though. Alright, that's 44 thousandths. I'm 10 thousandths over. I should be able to just ooch that 10 thousandths, just a teeny bit. That is 184. 164. That's 20 thousandths difference, and I need to be 34 thousandths. So I gotta ooch that just about a half a ooch. That may have been closer to 3/4 of an ooch right there.